So in this video we will discuss about the lymph. This is the part 2 of the lymphatic system. So in this video we will talk about the lymph nodes. As you guys all know, in the previous video we've discussed about the lymphatic system, which includes the lymphatic vessels, lymphatic capillaries, ducts, and the last part was lymph nodes. Okay, so what is basically the lymph nodes? Lymph nodes is basically the checkpoint of lymphatic system. Like lymph node basically filter out the lymph. Let's see how. And this lymph nodes are present in our body. They are basically kidney shaped like a structure. Okay, the patches, you can say that, and they are more in the neck region, armpit, spleen, and thymus, and many other glands too. Not glands, hormones. Okay, so if we talk about the lymph node, they are like for example, this is our body, so they are present like this here, and they are basically what, they are the checkpoint that basically you can say that they check the foreign particle, and they, you can say that they kill the foreign particle if there any pathogen is there in our body. Okay, if we talk about the lymph duct or vein, so they are having the multiple valve. One additional point I want to tell you, they are having the multiple valve. Okay, so lymph is basically moving against the gravity, like upward side. Okay, against the gravity, upward side of the body, like from downward to the upper side of the body. How? Just because lymphatic vessels are having no like pumping organ, those you will say that how they are getting pressure, how they are moving against the gravity. That's just because lymphatic vessels are basically surrounded by the skeletal muscles. So from there they are getting the pressure, and they are having the walls. They're having the walls that they basically control the backflow. Okay, and the lymph basically move upward side. Okay, so lymph nodes basically work in the, you can say that the in the defense mechanism. Okay, so lymph nodes are basically what, lymph nodes are the kidney shaped structure. Okay, and they basically work in the, you can say that the for the filtration of the lymph, filtration of lymph, that I will telling you how the filtration is basically occur. Okay, so if we talk about lymph vessel, lymph vein, lymphatic vein, so lymphatic vessel is basically too much smooth, and lymphatic vessel are basically bulgy like structures. Okay, so one more point I want to tell you guys is that with yesterday we started the, I am coming on the lymph node, but additional point yesterday was remaining, that was about the lymphatic system. That lymphatic system basically composed of 1/6 of the body. There is basically the interstitium. As you guys all know, and what is interstitium, yesterday I told you guys, that is basically the where the interstitial is present, that part we are calling as the interstitium. Okay, so 30 liter of the plasma is basically passed through the blood capillaries for the exchange of the material like gases. Okay, and from 30%, the 27% will come in the interstitium. Okay, where the interstitial fluid is there. Okay, and further the 3% from the like 27% is there, liter is like move into the interstitium. So the 3 liter will move to the, you can say that the lymphatic capillary, you can say that it will move to the lymphatic capillary. So the you can say the 3 liter which is moving. Okay, the, you can say the plasma is passing, so that plasma is passing into the lymphatic capillary. So the 3 liter which is passing plasma, so we in the lymphatic capillary we will call that as a lymph. Yesterday I told you guys about this. Okay, after that the lymph is basically moving where, lymph is moving to the precaval side. This is basically at the, you can say that the abdomen side is basically the postcaval, and the neck region is the precaval, and after that it will move toward the circulation for again the circulation. Okay, for the, you can say that that will move to the jugular vein, and we were having the subclavicle vein. Okay, So the lymphatic lymph will move toward the lymph too. Lymph is basically move toward the lymph nodes. I'm coming to the lymph nodes again. So that will lymph will move toward the lymph nodes for the purification or filtration of the lymph. Okay, the lymph nodes are basically more in the neck region, arm region, armpit, and groins too. What is groins? Groins is basically present in the pelvic girdle region. There the groins are there. So here there on that groins the lymph nodes are there. So I will tell you that what is lymph node. With the help of the structure you will easily understand that what is the lymph node and actually. Okay, if you talk about the lymph node structure. Okay, so if we talk about the lymph node structure, so that I'll be telling you in the next video. Today we have just discussed about that what is lymph node and these all. In the next video I will tell you the lymph node with the structure. Yeah, but one more point I want to tell you guys is that some important MCQs are there, okay, that I want to tell you guys, but in the next video we will discuss about the lymph node structure. Okay, in this video we have discussed about the lymph node introduction. In the next video we will discuss about the lymph node structure. So I want to tell you guys the important MCQs. That is basically in the lymph nodes, basically the lymphocytes are present. Okay, according to our Sindh board, we are having in our book that is written that in lymphocyte the lymph node the lymphocytes are present. Okay, if we talk about the federal book, so the lymphocytes are basically mature in the bursa of fabriculus. Okay, and they're produced in the bone marrow. And as you guys all know, this bursa of the, you can say the fabriculus, that is basically, you can say that B lymphocyte are basically, as you guys all know, the bursa of the fabriculus is basically absent in the, you can say that the absent in the mammal. So this is basically present in the lower animals, like as we are having the birds, and they are present in the cloaca. What is cloaca? Cloaca is where are basically the bird where they basically pass the stool. Okay, this is the region where they are calling as a cloaca. Okay, so if you talk about, you will say that if the bursa of fabriculus is basically absent so in our body where the lymphocyte basically produce and you can say the maturation occur, so in our body or in you can say higher living organism or in our human body, so the production of the B lymphocyte basically occur in the bone marrow. Bone marrow. Okay, and if you talk about the maturation, so they basically occur in the pair patches. What is pair patches? Pair patches are basically the secondary lymphatic tissues, like we are having the spleen, we are having lymph nodes are we are having. So these are what? These are the secondary lymphatic tissues. Okay, appendix is there. If we talk about the T lymphocyte, these are basically the lymphocyte. As you guys all know, lymphocyte is what? These are the cells. These are the cells, and B lymphocyte, T lymphocyte are the type of the cells. Okay, lymphocytes are basically work in the defense mechanism. Okay, and their type also work. Okay, if we talk about the T lymphocyte, they basically, you can say that they are having the ability to destroy the pathogen by their own cell. Okay, T lymphocyte basically give the you can say that the message to the B lymphocyte to produce antibodies for the pathogen, okay, to kill them. So they basically occur in the thymus. And what is thymus? Thymus is basically the endocrine hormone which is ductless, and this thymus basically release a hormone which is the stimulating hormone. Okay, and this stimulating hormone basically move into the bone marrow. And as you guys all know, in bone marrow we are having the many cells production are there. So in bone marrow, the because of the hormone, the increasement of the lymphatic stem cells will occur. Okay, stem cells. What are stem cells? Stem cells are basically the, you can say that the cells like B lymphocyte, T lymphocyte, and killer cell. Okay, so this stem cell basically will divide into the lymphoblast, then they will be divided into the B lymphocyte, T lymphocyte, and the T killer cell, and they will basically transport, okay, they will basically transport further for the production of the antibodies to kill the, you can say that the, they will more, they all will transport to the secondary lymphatic tissues, like we are having the, you can say that the spleen, and these all are things. So they are basically work in the defense mechanism for kill the, you can say the pathogen. So they will move toward the lymphatic tissues for the production of the antibodies to kill the, these all. So the production and maturation, I want to tell, I was about to tell you guys. So this was about that the production of the lymphocyte in the mammals and the lower living organism, and the higher living organism too, and about the T lymphocyte and the B lymphocyte too. So in the next video we'll discuss about the structure of the nodes.